You know, there's been a lot of talk recently about bananas. Well, my name's James Lund, and I'm about to bring the issue to light. When it does, it's going to make the horse meat scandal seem like, well, it just won't seem as bad, really, when you put it next to this I'm about to tell you about bananas. This is the unpeeled truth. Fracking, obese children, and an impending badger cull. As if we don't have enough to worry about, the ugly stepsister of illegal highs is about to rear her head once again. That's right, there's a new legal high that the kids are turning to. And it's so legal, it's readily available by mass, by the single, by the bunch, or even by crate if you were to go to Costco. That's right, it's available in all good supermarkets, corner shops, petrol stations, market stalls, and school canteens. Bananas. The family-friendly fruit that you've been feeding your kids. When in reality, the only thing that you've been feeding are the chances of them falling into an eternal pit of fiery damnation from which they may never return. Bananas have been subject to numerous recent scientific studies that have shown they can produce hallucinogenic effects, extreme elevation in moods, and more mental instability than a pig in an abattoir if eaten in high quantities in a shortened time period. We spoke to leading fruitologist Dr. Graham Obel, who conducted the very important and detailed 4-page scientific report on the matter. It details how bananas can be used and the risks involved with prolonged banana use, or peeling as it is referred to by users.
So what can you tell us about the report, Professor Hobble?
Actually, it's Dr. Obel.
What can you tell us about the report, Dr. Hobble?
Well, as you can see from the badge, it is Dr. Obel. And yes, actually, I have the report right here. As you can see, I decided to conduct the report when I heard whispers of the hallucinogenic effects and properties of bananas at a cocktails and cucumber party that I was hosting. Having a fondness for elongated fruit and vegetables, I decided to go ahead with it, and the results were shocking. I tested the idea on 10 subjects over 10 days, and I got a 129.9% proof rate, which in the fruitology community is a resounding yes. As you can see here, we have the very important and detailed 4-page scientific report on bananas by Dr. Graham Obel. What the study found is that eating a high quantity of bananas within a short time period does indeed overstimulate the brain to a point of hallucination. We gave each patient 10 bananas to eat within a 10 to 12 minute time slot, and we found that 7 out of 10 patients experienced strong hallucinations within the hour. The hallucinogenic effects appear to be intertwined with popular culture and postmodernism. When one patient thought he was in a war reenactment of the Battle of Blackwater Bay and struck another patient who he mistook for Tyrion Lannister, said patient was incidentally a dwarf. Another of the test subjects thought he had in fact turned into a banana and began to try and peel himself, which translated in reality as him exposing himself and his phallus to the rest of the group. The worrying thing about bananas, it's the health risks. Potassium poisoning amongst one. This appeared in 12 of the 10 subjects, and 4.5 of these patients going on to experience depression, insomnia, fruit-induced psychosis, and a condition known as banana foot, where it becomes extremely difficult to kick a football with accuracy. I think this is something that we should all begin panicking about sooner rather than later, based on my in-depth study, and just hope that it hasn't reached the party scene yet, because you know what it's going to get? It's going to get our children, and our children's children, and our grandchildren. Do you want your grandchildren peeling? Conclusion. Panic stations, everybody. Bananas equal bad news. As you can see, the report was extremely official, Study completed by the National Organisation of Fruitologists and signed off by myself, Dr. Graham Obble. We'll be handing it over to the authorities. Using my journalistic wit and communication skills, I managed to gain access to a house party where I suspected peeling was in progress. Here's what I found.
Hey, I'm sorting bananas out. Anybody want any bananas? Anybody? Yeah? Got 'em. Fair trade. Or as the zone. What are we having?
So drunk in the morning at 1 a.m. That I'm calling your phone at 3 a.m. On my bed tonight at 6 a.m. 6 a.m. 6 a.m. Yeah.
So, Josh, when did you start first doing bananas?
Well, when I first started doing bananas, I was about age 3. My mum used to get them. And she used to straight up peel them, like slice them straight up in slices, and straight up feed me them.
So, Josh, what's been your biggest low point whilst doing bananas or peeling?
I were at this house party. I've been on bananas all night. I've been doing them all night, peeling them left, right, and centre. Woke up, I'd say it were about 4 a.m. I had banana peel everywhere, my shoulders, my face, my nose, banana peel everywhere. Stood up and I was like, something not right. And I was like, whoa. Bent over. One of these little yellow things, right up there where the sun don't shine.
Wow, that you had a banana up your ass?
You said it.
Wow, that is a low point.
You said it.
Thank you for sharing that.
Anytime.
We also spoke to Police Constable PC Kilkenny of West Yorkshire Police at his home on the outskirts of Leeds about the issue of bananas and how he believes it should be tackled head on.
So, PC Kilkenny, I understand you have a theory about how the issue of peeling should be tackled.
Yes, as a matter of fact I do. The issue needs to be nipped in the bud. If you think of it about like a fart in an elevator, the longer the fart goes on, the fart being bananas, it circulates and it ferments in society. Society being the elevator. The worse or smellier it's going to get. What I would suggest is we stop the peel of bananas at the root, or the skin, should I say. We need to stop young children being attracted to the bright packaging of bananas. I think the first step is to have bananas only available over the counter, by request, so that we can put a proper identification challenge of do you look like you enjoy bananas a bit too much policy in place. Bananas should be behind the counter and furthermore behind a cupboard that a responsible person can only unveil for customers to choose which ones they want, selecting from a price list on the counter on which most of the items are subject to availability. Finally, it's the skins. We need to start painting them all white. The bright colours are what are attracting the children and the labels. So if we just paint them all white, the children won't be attracted to them. Then the brands can just, in plain writing, I suggest Times New Roman, up the side of the banana so we can just differentiate where they've come from. Well, that's what I do. But what have I done? I'm just PC Kilkenny, West Yorkshire Police. So there you have it, eating bananas, the new legal high, right up there in between cat litter sniffing and excessive use of flannels. I suggest we report on this as much as possible for the next week. Speak to your neighbours, tell your cat, light the beacons. Because as soon as this week's over, we can stop writing articles about it and pretend the issue is gone until we decide it can come back, like a runaway child or cystitis.
Next week, we'll be exploring the crusts on your bread and how we've been told for years that they'll make your hair curly. Well, guess what? The old biddies weren't lying, because new evidence has been discovered that eating the crusts of your bread can indeed make your hair curl so much it curls right back into your head and causes brain damage, as well as IBS and a very tickly early morning cough. Thank you for listening. We've been talking bananas.
Bananas.